Does doing extra work help you on your journey to becoming a professional working actor? The answer is, it depends. I have lots of family members who love doing extra work in their free time. They enjoy getting on set and watching the whole process take place. They feel excited to be a part of the film or the TV show. But these folks have no desire to be professional actors. If you love doing extra work and you have no desire to be an actor, then this video isn't for you. But if you're someone who wants to be an actor and you're currently doing extra work, I'm going to show you how your extra work experience may be able to help you on your journey to becoming a full-time working actor. Extras are critical components of the film and TV industry. They help make the world of the story feel real and lived in. As a filmmaker, I'm so appreciative of all the hard work and dedication of the extras who appeared in my projects. And as an actor, I couldn't do my job, which is help make a story come true on screen, without all the hard work of the extras who appeared in the projects with me. But remember, extras are not actors. A nurse and a surgeon both work in an operating room. Both are absolutely necessary for surgery to be conducted. However, the training, the experience, the background of a surgeon is much more than that of a nurse. And if a surgeon and a nurse go to a party one weekend, and someone walks up and says, "What do you guys do?" and the nurse says, "We're both surgeons," the surgeon's going to be very upset. So that brings us to the question, can doing extra work help you become a professional working actor? The answer is yes, but it depends on your particular situation. Let's talk about how extra work can help new actors. If you're new to acting, it can be very beneficial to get on a big budget set for a couple of days just to see how everything works. You get to see the actors doing their thing, you get to see the crew, you get to see all the equipment, the lights, the camera. It can be really exciting, it can be a whole lot of fun. Most importantly, you get to see how the process works. Specifically, you get to see how they shoot the same scene over and over and over from a bunch of different angles. You may watch the filmmaking process and think, this is really boring doing the same scene 20 times in a row. And you might think, I'd rather work in theater. And that's totally fine. Here's a second way that doing extra work might help you as an actor. TV shows and films are shot all over the country. Some are shot in what are called union states, and others are shot in what are called right-to-work states. So, what's the difference? In union states, you have to be a member of SAG to be eligible to work on TV shows or union films. Now, there are only two ways to join SAG. The first, and in my opinion, the more preferable way, is to be cast in a union TV show or film. If this happens, you'll be Taft-Hartley'd, thus making you eligible to join the union. Now, in this video, I'm not going to go into all the details of what it means to be Taft-Hartley'd, but basically what it boils down to is the production casts a non-union actor, and when that happens, they have to pay a fine to SAG to be able to use you. That's how I joined SAG. I booked a small role in a union film called Blur. The producers were willing to pay the fine to Taft-Hartley me, and I was able to join the union. Big shout out to Mark Tillman for giving me that shot. The second way to join SAG is to get 3 SAG vouchers while working as an extra on a union film or TV show. That does not necessarily mean you can do 3 days of extra work and get 3 SAG vouchers. In union states, SAG requires that a certain percentage of extras every day on set must be a member of SAG. So if not enough SAG extras show up, the production has to give out SAG vouchers to the non-union extras to reach the number required by SAG. The person who normally gives out these SAG vouchers is what's called the second AD. I've known pretty ladies who have only done 3 days of extra work and they got 3 SAG vouchers. Why? Because most second ADs are men, and men often give the vouchers to the pretty ladies. I've also known lots of dudes who did extra work for more than a year and never got 3 vouchers. So remember, it's a roll of the dice. But if you're in a union state and you're trying to join SAG, doing extra work is an option you can try. For actors in right-to-work states, you don't get SAG vouchers for doing extra work. But it doesn't matter because you don't have to be SAG to book a union film or TV show. And productions don't have to Taft-Hartley you to be able to hire you. In right-to-work states, all actors, both union and non-union, are on a level playing field when it comes to booking roles. So, it offers no benefit to do extended periods of extra work when it comes to trying to become a professional actor. So, what are the union states where doing extra work can help you join SAG? California, New York, New Jersey, New Mexico, and Illinois. What are the right-to-work states where doing extra work will not help you join SAG? Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, Louisiana, Texas, and Florida. So, if you live in those states, doing extended periods of extra work offers absolutely no benefit in you becoming a professional actor. Of course, laws are always changing, so look up your specific state's laws regarding the union. If you're in a union state, do extra work until you get 3 SAG vouchers or you book a job in a SAG project that allows you to join the union. If you're in a right-to-work state, do a few days of extra work to see what the filmmaking process is like and make sure it looks like something that's exciting to you that you'd like to be a part of. In my years of coaching and teaching actors, I've heard lots of folks in right-to-work states tell me why it's very helpful for them to do tons of extra work for months and months and months, sometimes years, on their path to becoming a professional working actor. The number one reason I hear from folks doing tons of extra work in right-to-work states is that they're going to learn how to be better actors by watching professional actors acting on set. Now think about that for a second. If that was really true, we would see a ton of sound guys winning Academy Awards, because all they do all day long is watch professional actors acting. And that can be said about every crew member on set. Watching people act doesn't make you a better actor. Acting makes you a better actor. You will learn more about how to act from acting in a $100 student film than you will from being an extra in a $100 million film. There is no better way to raise your acting skills than by getting on set, getting in front of a camera in a close-up, and bringing a 3-dimensional character to life. Learning to deliver nuanced, truthful performances in front of the camera, and learning to truly listen are skills that are only developed by doing it. No amount of extra work will ever prepare you for that. What you do as an actor on a student or short film is exactly what you'll do on a big budget film. So, get busy working on short films, student films, super low budget independent films. Learn, grow, make mistakes on these types of projects where the stakes are low. Now, if you suck, which you probably will at first, it doesn't matter. You don't want to make beginner mistakes on a big budget film or TV show. Doing a bad job acting these types of projects can hurt your career. The casting director may never call you in again for another audition. The director and producers will probably never hire you again. And you don't want audiences to see you when you're still green and you haven't developed your acting talent yet. Anytime an audience sees you on screen, you want your performance to shine. That only comes through building that skill set on camera. But Mark, I heard that extras are sometimes given a line. Sure, that happens occasionally. But people also win the lottery. You don't want to spend months or even years praying that some director gives you a line on set. And even if you get lucky and are given a line, so what? You have a line in a TV show or film, but you still don't know how to be a professional actor. All the time that you invested in doing extra work would have been much better invested in acting classes, learning about the business of acting, and booking roles in short films, student films, and low-budget films to develop your skill set and hone your craft. But Mark, as an extra, I'll get to network with directors, producers, and professional actors. For anyone who's done any extra work, you know this isn't true. Rarely will you see directors and producers sitting around chatting with the extras. Why is that? Because they're busy doing their jobs. They don't have time to hang out with the extras. Here's who you will network with as an extra: the second ADs and the other extras, neither of which will be very helpful in you kickstarting your acting career. I always remind my students of this. The cast and crew on a film or TV show see you as you are presented on set. If you're on set as a craft services PA, they see you as a craft services PA. If you're on set as an extra, they see you as an extra. But if you're on set as an actor, even with one line, they see you as an actor. But Mark, I have so much fun doing extra work. That's fine. Keep doing it. There are plenty of things in life I do for fun that don't help my acting career at all. I love exploring new towns on my bicycle, but I don't lie to myself by saying it somehow helps my acting career. If you want to continue doing extra work until your acting career takes off, here's some guidelines to follow. All right, so you only want to do extra work in films. By the time a film is hiring extras, they probably already cast all of their actors. So go have fun doing extra work. But don't do extra work on a TV show. With streaming, audiences can watch most TV shows whenever they want, and they can binge episodes back to back. So if you're an extra in episode 3 and the audience can clearly see your face, it can be very confusing if you appear in episode 9 as a character. To avoid this, most TV shows will not cast an actor in a series, certainly not in the same season, if they've been an extra on that show. I know an actor who did extra work on a few episodes of a big TV show. Later that season, he booked an actual role in the show. He was super excited. He showed up on set. He went to hair and makeup. The makeup artist immediately recognized him as an extra in prior episodes and reported it to the producers, and he was fired. The actor, understandably, was devastated. So, don't let that happen to you. Avoid doing extra work on TV shows. Don't put extra work on your resume. Your acting resume should only feature acting work, not extra work. But Mark, I was a featured extra. That's just a fancy term for an extra whose face we can clearly see. Still not an actor, and still doesn't go on your acting resume. That also goes for stand-in work. Doesn't go on your acting resume. Okay, this is a huge one. Please, for the love of God, don't submit your extra work to IMDb. The only people who will be impressed are your grandma and your buddies from high school. Here's what will happen. When the project comes out, the staff at IMDb will review the credits to see if you're listed. If you're not, which if you're an extra, you won't be in the credits, your credit will be marked uncredited on IMDb. Any professional who sees this will know you are an extra. I see folks who have 30 credits on IMDb in huge projects. Credits like patron in bar, student in class. They're all uncredited. These were clearly background work that the extra added themselves to IMDb. Doing this will make you look like a rank amateur. If you've already done it, go to IMDb today and take them down. Are you trying to impress your grandma or build an acting career? Be wary of falling into the extra trap. I know people who've been doing extra work for years, hoping that one day it will somehow lead to them becoming actors. They work all the time as extras on TV shows and films, often putting in 12 to 14-hour workdays. If they live in regional markets, they often drive for hours just to get to these extra jobs. Now, this all shines a light on their dedication and work ethic, but unfortunately, all that effort is misplaced. How are they ever going to have the time to become an actor if they spend all of their time as extras? If you're on set working as an extra for 12, 14 hours a day, and you're doing this all the time, then you don't have time to take acting classes, to do auditions, or to learn about how the actual business of acting works. You might as well be an ER surgeon with that kind of schedule. If you're going to do extra work because you think it's fun, keep in moderation, just like any fun activity that you might do. I enjoy riding my bike. It doesn't help my acting career at all, but I also don't let it consume all of my time so I can't focus on my acting. In closing, doing a few days of extra work can help any new actor get a feel for set and see how the process works. And doing extra work can help you join SAG if you live in a union state where being a SAG member is a requirement to book jobs. If you need career counseling or audition coaching, you can book a session with me at workingactorslab.com. Stay positive, work hard. I look forward to seeing all of you on set.